Oi oi girls and boys and everything in between, it's Ace Trainer Liam back with another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form or a branched evolution or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between those Pokemon and we try and work out which one is the best. And just for a little bit of fun so that we can see these Pokemon on the battlefield, we also have a Metronome Battle between the Pokemon in question. If you're already a fan of the Form Fight series and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button to show your appreciation for the series, and of course don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. But with all that out of the way, let's take a look at today's challenges. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at the two forms of Mawile, which are Mawile and Mega Mawile. Whenever you capture or breed a Mawile, it will always be in its regular form. However, a Mawile holding Mawilite will be able to Mega Evolve in battle and become Mega Mawile until the battle ends. But what makes these two forms so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokédex, Mawile stands at 0.6 meters tall and weighs 11.5 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says a cunning and terrifying Pokemon, its cuteness makes opponents let down their guard, and then it swallows them whole with its huge jaws. It has two mouths. The big jaws on the back of its head can't taste anything, so that's the mouth it uses to eat the foods it doesn't like. As for Mega Mawile, it stands at 1 meter tall and weighs 23.5 kilograms. Its Pokédex entry says it has an extremely vicious disposition. It grips prey in its two sets of jaws and tears them apart with raw power. Its two sets of jaws thrash about violently as they each have a will of their own. One gnash from them can turn a boulder to dust. Appearance-wise, of course, these Pokemon are extremely similar, basically having the same body shape, but with, of course, Mega Mawile having two sets of jaws on the back of its head rather than one, and of course those jaws looking a lot more terrifying. Not to mention Mega Mawile's kind of skirt, if you like, is more of a burgundy colour. In their shiny forms, these Pokemon's jaws basically change from more of a black colour to more of a deep purple colour, as well as the burgundy skirt on Mega Mawile changing to more of a deep purple. Now we'll take a look at the typing, weaknesses and resistances of these Pokemon forms. Both these Pokemon are dual type Steel and Fairy Pokemon, which makes them weak to ground and fire type moves. They both resist normal, flying, rock, bug, grass, psychic, ice, dark and fairy type attacks, and they're both immune to poison and dragon type moves. Now we'll take a look at the stats and abilities of these two Pokemon forms. Mawile overall isn't the bulkiest of Pokemon, boasting very below average special defense and HP. Its defense is fine, but then of course coupled with its low HP, it's not really going to help it much. Not to mention, of course, it's a slow Pokemon with base speed of only 50, so it's not even going to survive long enough to make a hit half the time. Its special attack is fairly low, and of course its attack is tied with its defense as its best stat, but again, if you're not going to survive long enough to hit a Pokemon, it doesn't really matter what attack stat you have. Its primary ability is Hypercutter, which prevents opponents from lowering Mawile's attack stat. Whilst this is handy because Mawile's attack stat is obviously its best feature, and it can't afford for its attack stat to be lowered, Hypercutter isn't really that useful of an ability compared to the other ones that Mawile can have. Its secondary ability is Intimidate, which lowers the attack stat of the opponents when Mawile enters the field. Now, of course, this is very, very handy because, as we explained, Mawile's defenses aren't the best. Its physical defense is obviously the better of its two defenses, but it doesn't have the bulk in its HP to really round that up. So if you can lower your opponent's attack, at least you can defend yourself a little bit more. Its hidden ability is Sheer Force, which increases the power of moves that have secondary effects, but removes those secondary effects. This is certainly the ability of choice for Mawile, since it allows Mawile to dish out even more punishment when it gets the opportunity, especially with stab moves like Iron Head and Play Rough. As for Mega Mawile, it gets an increase in its attack stat and its defense stat. Its special attack still stays relatively low, as does its speed, and of course HP on a Mega Evolution is always unchanged, but it does get an increase to its special defense, making it that little bit more competitively viable. It only gets access to one ability, of course, and that is Huge Power, which doubles the Pokemon's attack stat. This, for Mega Mawile, is absolutely incredible, because whereas before Mawile was quite a fragile Pokemon with an okay attack stat, it's now a fairly average Pokemon defenses-wise, but very, very extremely powerful. If you're unlucky enough to be hit by a physical move by Mega Mawile, you are not sticking around very long. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two Pokemon forms I prefer, and this time, it's the Mega. I don't see a point to regular Mawile in a world where Mega Mawile exists. I don't know why anyone would go into battle using regular Mawile, because it can't hold Eviolite or anything. It doesn't have an actual evolution, so you can't use Eviolite Mawile, for example. So really, if you want a Mawile that has decent defenses so it can actually survive, and as well has a monstrously, like a disgustingly powerful attack stat, go with Mega Mawile. I mean, they basically look the same. Like, there's not that big of a difference between the two, except one's got 2 sets of jaws on the back of its head, so why not go with the one that looks more terrifying and is a better battler? I don't see any argument for regular Mawile unless people just think it's cute. I mean, I think it's cute until it turns around and it's got a giant mouth on the back of its head. That kind of ruins the cuteness for me, but hey, everyone's into different things. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which of these two is your favorite. But before you do that, let's see these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome Battle. Before we get started, of course, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats, neutral natures, no held items. I always give the Pokemon in these battles their hidden abilities if they have them. So of course, regular Mawile has sheer force, Mega Mawile has huge power, because that's the only one it can have. They're both the same type. The only advantage or disadvantage these Pokemon get comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. It's time for the Battle of the Big Jaws. It's Mawile versus Mega Mawile. Let's see who comes out on top in this one, although arguably this looks like it could be one of the most one-sided form fights in history, given the low defenses of regular Mawile and given the massive attack stat plus the huge power ability of Mega Mawile. Here's a wake-up slap, a little bit of neutral damage, not a bad start from the Mawile team. Here comes regular Mega Mawile with an Aurora Veil, but it's going to fail because no hail's in effect. What's the shiny Mawile got in store here? Magnet Rise. Okay, gonna protect itself from ground type moves. Not a bad choice when your 2 weaknesses are fire and ground. Good job there. Here's shiny Mega with a Trop Kick. That's going to do grass type damage, which isn't very effective, but look how much damage it does. And it lowers the attack stat of regular Mawile, putting shiny Mawile, putting it at a very big disadvantage from the get-go. Here's regular Mawile with a round, which of course is not going to be very effective and is a special attack, so won't do a lot of damage coming from a Mawile. Oh, I'm so worried about these 2 regular Mawile taking physical attacks. Here's a Crush Grip, which I believe is a normal type move, so that's not going to be very effective either. These Mawile need to bring as many super effective physical moves as they can. Here's a Circle Throw. That's some neutral damage there on regular Mawile. Oh my goodness, look how powerful these Megas are. That huge power ability is incredible. Here's Grudge from shiny Mega Mawile. I imagine this is going to be a short one. I can't see this going particularly long. Here's regular Mawile with a teleport. You can't escape from this as much as you want to. I want you to get out of this unharmed too, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Here's a Withdraw from shiny Mawile, raising its defense stat. I think that's a safe way to go. What are the Megas going to do in this particular turn? Oh, shiny. Oh, Spit Up. That's a good mistake. That's a good mistake for the Mawile team. I'm trying to be unbiased, but at the same time, I just feel like this is so one-sided. Here's a Psy Strike from regular Mega Mawile. Doesn't do too much damage, not too much, and it is resisted by regular Mawile there. Here's shiny Mega. What's shiny Mega going to bring here? Dizzy Punch. It is going to be not very effective, but look how much damage it does. It's so strong. Oh my goodness. Here's regular Mega. What you got for us? Acid. Not going to be effective at all because, of course, steel types resist poison. Here's regular Mawile with a Vice Grip. It is going to be resisted because it's not very effective. This is just not good for the regular Mawile team. Here's shiny regular Mawile with a Fusion Flare. That's the kind of move you want to use. Use a move that is super effective. Oh, massive damage. Just not quite enough though. Oh, that's such a shame as well. Oh my goodness. Here's regular Mawile coming back with a Lick. I mean, if you get the paralysis, that'd be great, but it's not doing a great deal of damage there, although for once it was neutral. Here comes shiny Mega with a Petal Blizzard. Oh gosh, it takes out regular Mawile, but it also takes out regular Mega as well. Only the shinies are left. This could be the opening that the Mawile team needs. It was a critical hit on poor little Mawile. Down it goes. Shiny regular Mawile needs a miracle right now. Goes for Defend Order, raising its defense even more, bringing itself to +2 defense. My goodness, and its special defense as well. The magnetism wore off, so it can now be hit by ground-type moves. But my gosh, this must be the opening it needs. What's it going for? It's going to go for roleplay! It's going to copy pure power. If it hits a physical move now, it has a chance of taking down that shiny Mega. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. What a fantastic play. Heal Pulse! Shiny Mega is saying, do you know what? I respect that you copied my ability. Now let's see if you can actually take me out. Making the playing field a lot more even. That's an incredible, risky play by Mega Mawile there, who goes for a Power Gem. It's a special move, and it's not going to be very effective, so that's lucky for the regular Mawile. Here comes Shiny Mawile. What have you got in store? Now that you've got that, goes for a special move in the form of Round. A special, not very effective move. That's not going to help you right now. You need to bring out the physical attacks. Now that you've copied huge power, you need to take advantage of it. What's Shiny Mega going to do? Going to go for Dark Void, but it can't use it. These wasted opportunities by the Mega team is what the regular team needs to take advantage of. And it goes for Will-O-Wisp. So shiny, regular Mawile has just cut the attack stat of Mega Mawile in half. Which means that huge power basically is negated at this point, and Mega Mawile is only relying on its actual attack stat. That's incredible. It responds with a power-up punch. It wants to raise that attack back up. There goes its attack stat up by 1 stage. Its time is numbered, though, now that it has this burn. Oh, my word. Here comes Shiny Regular with a Confide. I don't think that's what you want to be doing right now. Drops the special attack. Special attack is not a problem at the moment. You took a Power Gem from this Pokemon. It's not a big deal to be hit by special attack. Don't worry about that. Here comes Shiny Mega. What have you got for us? Power-up punch again. Gonna raise its attack once again. My goodness, it really wants to get back up to full potential so it can absolutely drop this Shiny Mawile. Oh, Water Sport is not a good idea. Actually, no, it is a good idea because it weakens the power of Fire-type moves, and you are weak to Fire, so I'll give you that. Maybe there is some strategy involved there. Oh my word, this has turned out a lot more intense than I thought it would be. Here we go, Shiny Mawile going for Ice Beam again. It's a special attack, and it's not very effective. And not only that, now that you don't have Sheer Force, you couldn't maximize the potential of that Ice Beam. Here's a Recycle that's going to fail. That was a wasted turn by the Mega, as it takes more burn damage. My good, I really don't know who's going to win at this point. Here comes Shiny Mega. What have you got? Smokescreen, lowering the accuracy. That's a clever play. Lowering the accuracy of the regular Shiny Mawile. What a brilliant play there. How will it respond? Responds with Fire Spin. Oh, but it's avoided. You see, that Smokescreen was such an important play right there. Because if that Fire Spin would have hit, it would have been all over for Mega Mawile. Because Fire Spin damage every turn plus the burn damage. Icicle Spear is not going to be very effective. But it's, yeah, at all really. But it is going to hit for 2 hits. Not very effective. Yep, 2 hits. That second one was a crit though. So it did ignore the +2 defense that this Mawile is rocking right now. Who goes for Rain Dance. I don't know how sensible that is. I mean, maybe if you get a sudden move like Crab Hammer, like a water-type move, maybe that'll be worth it. At the same time, I don't think it's that big of a deal using Rain Dance. You could be using a lot more important attacks right now. Oh my goodness, here comes Shiny Regular Mawile going for Punishment, but again it's avoided. That Smokescreen has been very important in this battle. How will Mega respond to this? Goes for Triple Kick. Is that going to be enough? There's the 1 hit, there's the 2 hit, there's the 3rd hit, bringing Mawile down to 11 HP. There's more burn damage. This Water Sport has worn off, so Fire-type moves are going to be in full effect now. How will you finish this off, Mawile? What are you going to do? Goes for Charm. I think that's too little too late, dude. You need to be attacking right now. Drop the attack harshly of the Mega Mawile. Is that going to be worth it, though? I don't know. Here's a slam from Mega Mawile. Is it the end? No! You've got to think that Charm must have made all the difference right there. Living on 2 HP is regular Shiny Mawile. But here comes Mega Shiny Mawile. With a rollout, that's got to do more than 2 HP. The Megas have taken it. That was like best case scenario for the regular Mawile team with the role play into huge power and the heal pulse, but they still failed. Mega is the winner. My word. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, but now it's time for you to decide. Which of these 2 Pokemon forms do you prefer? Do you prefer Mawile or do you prefer Mega Mawile? Let me know in the comments below and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. So of course that'll be it for this episode of Form Fight. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Of course, hit the like button if you did, because it massively helps out my channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get your name in the credits just like these guys down here. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.